As you might just have noticed, we're heading along the A66. It's a pretty boring road, but just take a look at the cloud formations and the scenery as we go along here. That's why I've left these bits in, because that's what it's all about, really.
Little connection to our part of the world. Rodine School for Girls. They were evacuated here during the Second World War to Keswick. It's another place, somebody's already mentioned it to me, it's another place where I've found everybody, or the world and their wife, has got a dog. There's loads of them, isn't there? Everybody's got a dog.
That track bed on the right, although with the reflection, is the track bed of the old railway line into Keswick. Well, the coach and bus station in Keswick is quite conveniently situated in the centre of the town, and this is rather a nice town map here.
Well, the first thing I noticed arriving in Keswick was this Wesleyan chapel here. Just going to try and zoom in to see if I can find date. 1842. That's interesting.
Especially as it's actually 1869. The eyes can actually play very funny tricks on you while you're zooming in and trying to talk at the same time.
There we go. Looks like there's quite a few historic buildings here. See how many I can find, because once again the place is crawling with tourists, and I'm not going to talk about dogs. It's not fair. Although having said that about the dogs, I couldn't resist filming that. Podgy paws. Large pet shop. Interesting clock there. Loads of interesting old buildings here. Just too many people, too many cars. I wonder if that was an old religious building of some kind. Oh well. Now, I was last here 40 years ago when the main road ran straight through here, and I'd have probably got run over. But this is the very centre of Keswick. A lot of things have changed. Of course, the Lake District was also home to Beatrix Potter, so you see merchandise associated with Peter Rabbit and friends everywhere. One thing that's still here is the restaurant. Greg's one side of it that I seem to recall was a bank 40 years ago. We used to drive every evening from Cockermouth for a Cumberland sausage. So that's it. Main centre of Keswick. 41 years after I was last here.
The kids get two changes of four.
Now you see that building on the right, Old Friars of Keswick. That's Friars Chocolatiers, and it's actually where I buy most of my chocolates from when I feel I need to buy myself or somebody a box of chocolates. They're very good.
I don't really like these big chains like Costa Coffee and that, but it has to be fair to say, if it wasn't for them, many of these old buildings just wouldn't survive. This one, for instance, from 1909. People are so rude walking right in front of you, aren't they? Now here's the War Memorial at the top of the road leading to the old station. A line that was closed through here in, I think it was 1966. So I'm going to take a walk up and see what the building's like today. Lovely little park here by the looks of it. Looking at this river today, you hardly believe the damage that was caused in recent times during those horrible floods. Severely damaged Cockermouth and to a lesser extent Keswick. Oh, bridge is shaking even with cars going over it. You can imagine coming down from the hills. We were surrounded by hills here, swept up and over the top of those walls up there. But today, even though it's rained earlier on, very peaceful, very tranquil, but you can still get an idea of how those ripples would turn into a raging torrent. But not too much of a flow this side until you get down on them rocks. Got some ducks here, have we? What have we got? Let's have a look. That can't be any good. No, it's not. What have we got down there? Oh, it has to be mallards, isn't there?
Can we stay there another night? Can we stay here another night? No. Oh, but we have the money.
Yeah. Something's warm on my back, but I bet it's chilly up the top there. Look. I have no idea who C.H. Hewitson was, but that building and this park is dedicated to his memory.
C and H Hewitson, brothers, are recorded as being distinguished Keswick-In benefactors.
That now houses the Keswick Museum, a little cafe, and that building dates from 1897. Well, it was worth the walk up here, I suppose. Keswick Station building still stands, but other things are on the trackbed. Will it ever be restored from here to Penrith? Probably not in my lifetime, if ever. What a shame. Looks like it's actually become an annex to what was once adjacent hotel. This is the Keswick Hotel, and this dates from 1869, so would have been commensurate, I suppose, with the coming of the railway, maybe a few years later. But once again, the Victorians developing all sorts of places, as spa resorts, holiday resorts, etc. And this would have been not all the cars certainly, but a tree-lined avenue as their first view as they left the station. Unfortunately besmirched by what appears to be dogweed. This is an interesting stone. I'm guessing that is the Cockermouth, Keswick and Penrith Railway Company. It's an interesting survivor. And if you've never realised before how everybody is obsessed with dogs up here, you certainly do now, don't you? Look at this. It's a nice carving though. And this is what's left at the business side. The railway platform, supposed preserved as best they can, complete with a station sign there. Keswick. Nice to see the canopy preserved. And let's take a short walk. It's a little quieter this end of town. I think that spoils it just a little bit though. Pay here for your car parking. But we're up almost on a level with the platform now. Must have been quite a grand station in its day. Have a look at these. I don't see any obvious railway symbols there, but anyway, yes, standing on the platform in Keswick Station, waiting for a train that probably won't ever come again. The old Maker's Mill on the banks of the River Greeter. I bet that flooding went up for some of those. The balconies there, look. And over the top of them. You can hear the water now. Let's hope we never have floods here like they had. A lovely scene, hey? Because you have to walk away from the town centre to find these things, otherwise you miss them. The things I do on your behalf. Feel that bridge shake there. That's because two people walked across it. That's something you don't see often. The row of cottages with outside levees, look. Straight out of history. Another disappearing species. Traditional ironmongers.
Can't do this.
Is there any quiet corner of this place? The further out you go, the more people you seem to encounter. The Chief Justice of the Common Pleas. Here, another old building. Well preserved by the Weatherspoons. And that might be from there's the post office. That might be just the place I need to go to have a cup of coffee. There's the Derwent Pencil Museum. Once the home of famous Cumberland pencils, because Keswick was where they started mining graphite and became the centre of the pencil making industry. They've now moved apparently since 2008. I'm not sure where the driver said they'd gone to, but it's not too far away anyway. And I'm about to go in and have a look. And here we are at the entrance, telling you a little bit of the history dating back to the 1550s and in the 1700s to the cottage industries, and 1832 the first pencil factory. There you go. Now I'm going inside, and here's a very pleasant surprise. Oh, Morris J. Lovely.
What they've got is this UK made in the UK sign.
And now it's time to clock out of our visit. The primitive Methodists were formed in the early part of the 19th century, mostly amongst working class people who wanted to continue what they considered to be the simple teachings of John Wesley. open air meetings and female ministers, and it became one of the main three branches of Methodism, which joined together in 1932 to form the Methodist Church as we know it now. We'll run our way back to the hotel now. We'll be going through Kendal, but I put these next 2 or 3 clips in just to show you how quickly the weather can change in this part of the world. It's certainly not for nothing that they warn you you've got to know what you're doing and be well prepared when you go walking up in them there hills. Kendal is now coming into view in the distance, famous of course for its well-known Kendal mint cake.
Wool is our bread. That's the motto. This is one of the most we're going here, we're doing. So I'm just seeing where it all goes, I have no idea. So give it a go. The Wool is our, it's one of the most wealthiest towns in the north at one time. This area sits on the River Kent. This is the River Kent. Nice, isn't it? Nice, Kendal.
Except for these horrible roadworks, of course. We didn't have time to stop in Kendal, sadly. That would have made a nice end to our coach trip. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the Lake District with me over several films. A lot more than I thought I would get out of it. And look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for coming with me.